Episode 20 of our Redmont Rangers Road to Glory career mode here on EAFC 24, and I am very intrigued by something that I have noticed. I was going through a few little chores just on the squad hub screen, and I noticed that Gerald Dorset has not only the long ball pass trait that I knew that he did have when we signed him, but he also has the long throw trait, which I do not remember him having. In addition to that, if we go down to Sam Ford, we go down to Jamie Ford firstly, we can see he has the bruiser trait, which I do not remember him having. Sam Ford has two traits in whipped pass and trickster, and there was one other player as well. It was Jake Dale has finesse shot. I don't remember these players having any of these traits. Now, I'm not sure if I just wasn't observant enough when going through the squad previously, or if these are traits that these players have acquired. That was something I did wonder about with FC24. We've got these new play styles. I've been calling them traits. They are listed there as traits. They are play styles rather than traits. Traits is the old FIFA 23 mechanic, isn't it? So interesting that they're listed as traits there rather than play styles. But I was curious as to whether players could acquire these play styles, or whether they simply, maintained the ones that they were given at the beginning. Either when they were generated, if they're a fictional player like Jake Dale, or the ones that EA have assigned them if they are a real life player. It seems to me that these players have acquired these traits. What I'm going to have to do is go back through some videos and see if I can find somewhere where I'm on the squad hub screen or on a different screen that shows these play styles for each of these players, and see whether they have acquired them or whether I just wasn't paying enough attention previously. So something interesting to monitor. Bit of a strange start to today's episode, but we're going to kick things on with a few league games. We're going to simulate a couple of games here against Morecambe and against Mansfield, and then we are going to play this home game against Wimbledon. We are running out of time to complete some of these objectives, and I'm a little bit worried that our manager rating is plummeting at this stage, despite the fact that we find ourselves top of the league. So the sooner we can start crossing off some of these objectives, the better. I think salary growth is just, that ship has sailed. We're not achieving that. So we're going to have to start signing some defenders to Youth Academy. That will do wonders for our manager rating there. And this brand exposure objective we're going to have to start working towards with that Wimbledon matchup in a few games time. We will jump into this one against Morecambe though with a back five. I think we're going to go with the usual 11 that we're used to seeing at this point. And we'll jump straight in and quick sim this. And we run out 5-1 victors. So absolutely destroy Morecambe at their place. Burgess gets a hat-trick. Scores 2 in the first half and adds a third late on. Brandon Anderson scores and Eli Just scores as well. So Jake Dale played a full 90 minutes in a game in which we scored 5 goals, and he wasn't on the score sheet. Wrexham only draw as well, so that's exactly the string of results that we needed. So we've pulled to 4 points away from Wrexham now, and they do still have that game in hand, but obviously with a 4-point deficit there's no way that they can catch us. So we have just solidified our spot at the top of the table there. We've got an offer for Albie Bolton, which is interesting. We're going to accept it. It's from Morecambe. Albie Bolton didn't play any part against Morecambe. Gerald Dorset wants to play against Mansfield, and I think we'll give him that chance. We will put him in for Hutton and give Hutton a rest. And I think we will rotate in Lancaster for Burgess and leave things as they are beyond that. So we'll see what we can do against Mansfield. 70 points at this stage of the season, a very healthy total. And we unfortunately can't add to that total. Eli just scores again, but 2 goals from Mansfield mean we lose the game. Wrexham do win, so they're going to be back within a point. Not the string of results we wanted this time. Albie Bolton does leave the club, so potentially, I'm not sure if that will count towards that salary objective now, since his wages are still going to be on our books for now. Again, the board are getting on us to achieve that financial objective, and no, it's the brand exposure objective rather. And we arrive at this game against Wimbledon. So we have played 33 games so far, so only 13 games left in the league, the next of them being against Wimbledon. Let's check in on the match report before we sort out our own squad. They are going to play a 4-4-2 holding, so a very defensive formation from Wimbledon. Not a flat 4-4-2, but a 4-4-2 with 2 holding midfielders. So kind of an interesting one. You don't really see teams playing that. If you have 2 holding midfielders, you tend to drop one of those strikers in and play a 4-2-3-1. So I'm not 100% sure which formation I want to go with. I think I just want the flat back 5 like we're used to playing. And I think I'm going to rotate Hutton back in. And we'll leave Dorset down there actually, and we'll leave Bullock on the bench. So Dalton, Taylor, Hutton, Stanley, Bevan, Anderson, Ford, Just, Dale, and Burgess will start again. Seems to be pretty much our strongest 11. I do like Gibbs, but he's not going to feature in this particular game. So let's jump into this game against Wimbledon and try and get another win. Let's importantly try and get a clean sheet as well. So let's just take a look at the calendar before we jump into the game. We've got a string of home games coming up. So we've got Wimbledon today. We've got Accrington Stanley coming up. We have got Swindon at home. We've got Grimsby at home. And then we have got Gillingham. We've then got Notts County, Newport and Wrexham. So Notts County and Wrexham going to be tough games to keep clean sheets in. So really we need a clean sheet today and then in each of the following games up to this Gillingham game. So that's the goal, that's the aim. Really we don't even need to win these games, to be honest. We are all but secured in terms of an automatic promotion place. That's what the board wanted. That's essentially what we've already achieved at this point in the season. What the board also wants though is some clean sheets at home, and at the end of the season would be a particularly good time to achieve that. So let's focus on the defensive aspect of our game rather than trying to continue our free scoring philosophy that we've established so far this season.
Hello everyone. You know, some footballers enjoy a rainy day. Not sure if
I imagine we're probably going to have a decent amount of possession in this game, with Wimbledon playing with those 2 holding midfielders as well as a flat back 4.
And they face AFC Wimbledon. Well, we can talk about coaches and their methods, but it's now down to the players. Which ones are going to stand out?
So we don't need to push too hard. We don't need to commit ourselves forward. We don't need to leave ourselves exposed at the back. And Wimbledon are defending incredibly deeply. Like, as deep as I've seen any team defend. Jake Dale was basically on the penalty spot when he picked that ball up. He leathered the ball towards goal and it absolutely cracked the far post. But Wimbledon was so deep there. Just allowed Jake Dale so much time and space. Stanley did well to force the Wimbledon attacker to shoot from an arrow angle there. We'll take that. And we need to defend particularly well from corners because we do tend to concede from them fairly often. And it's a great challenge in the end from Stamford. It's out for another corner, not ideal. conceding a corner is better than conceding a goal. Eli just gets up well at the near post there to see that one away. It's a good block from Redmond, and we just need to get the ball away, which we do. Clean sheet in this game would feel like a victory. No purchase of something goes for that here. Jake Taylor not making a particularly good run. But he manages to find it like just at the back post. The goalkeeper makes a save initially, but he can't hold on to it. And he might just taps in the rebound for an opening goal for Redmont Rangers. Good effort from the goalkeeper on the rebound, but still not quick enough. And Rangers lead early 1-0. Sheffield slowly attack again. Plays off a Reece Bevan. Bevan plays in Burgess who will cross towards the back post. Playing by the goalkeeper. Well, one for Brandon Adams in the centre midfield there.
Stanley.
Because there's going to be a lot of work in the full cross. The back three in this game. And Jack James just lets the goalkeeper play the ball. Another head of one by Brandon Adams in the midfield there. So we're not having a lot of luck from the goalkeeper at the moment. And that's a chance for themselves. Just now, the goal does well to win the ball back. Caden Taylor, a very good defender, but he's not the paciest, so unable to keep up with the ball in the attack there. Bolton was able to help him out. That's exactly what he does, so really does play really well. And he's able to intercept the pass.
Well, news of a goal in one of the other matches. Over to Alex Scott.
Yeah, it's a goal to Newport County. No one was marking him. He had too much time, and it was a simple finish.
It's working the ball from left to right at the moment, trying to find some space. Sanford does have her on the edge of the box. Some really good feet, puts him in a good position. The ball falls again to Jake Dale, but snatches out at this time and ends up putting it wide. Another good chance for the Rangers number 9. Top goal scorer in the league, of course. Hoping to hang on to that mantle till the end of this season. It would be nice to finish with the top goal scorer. Oh, and that's expertly stolen by Noah Burgess. And he's driving at the Wimbledon defence. Cuts inside. Little step over finds him some room. Not too much on, so he just has an optimistic strike at goal. And I thought that was a good challenge, but the referee disagrees. Brandon Anderson punished for the challenge. He wins the ball again in midfield though, just sweeping up everything that Wimbledon throw forward.
On to Taylor.
And I really like this back three of Taylor, Hutton and Stanley.
Well, now it's Rangers' turn. A good-looking ball.
Try to just cross it in for Jake Taylor early. It's a little outside of the foot one really from Justo, whereas we wanted a proper sweeping curve ball in.
It's with Hutton. Crossing possibilities.
No reason to play anything too risky. Rather keep the ball and try and thread the needle, especially with the 1-goal lead already in the game. Dalton's surely fouled there, and he is. The yellow card seems a little bit harsh, but the referee shows one to right on the play nonetheless. A well-worked free kick sets Dalton free down the right-hand side. He'll cross it in for Burgess to the back post. Full to Brandon Anderson, who strikes at goal. Ended up looking more like a pass to Jake Dale, really. Didn't get the best contact on the effort. And again, it's Sam Ford winning the ball. Eli Just will shape one from the edge of the box, and I thought that was in for a minute, but it flashes past the far post. The goalkeeper really couldn't do anything about it. He seemed confident the ball was going to go wide, maybe a little unsighted, thanks to Jake Dale's position in the area there. But I think it was a lot closer than the goalkeeper initially thought, and he would have been beaten if it was on target.
Well, over the last 15 minutes, Rangers have certainly had the majority of possession, and with it have created some great openings. It certainly look as though they get another before too long.
Well, let's see if they can win the ball back and create something.
Oh, it's unfortunate. Aidan Hutton makes a good intervention, but he manages to just bounce through his legs.
After save, after save. Let's get the latest on the
Sam Ford with a long ball in for Eli Just to chase. He puts it in for Jake Dale, and it just sails over his head. Jake Dale was in acres of space.
Cheers, Jeff. Ford, promising pass.
And again, that's really well worked. Reece Bevan tips it up towards the back post that I just to run onto, but the goalkeeper gets to it first this time. See what we can do from the corner. Goes to the near post in Jake Dale, who can't quite win the header. Aidan Hutton will be the first to the ball, and Eli Just will put in another cross. It's blocked this time and goes out for a Redmont Rangers throw-in, which Burgess will take, and will find the run of Sam Ford, but he can't bring the ball under control in the Wimbledon penalty area. They've got a player over on their wide right, but Brandon Anderson and Caleb Taylor do enough between them to halt the counter-attack, and suddenly Redmont Rangers are away again. Wimbledon this time unable to, or able rather, to snuff out the attack.
Your thoughts on what you've seen? Oh, hang on, Stuart, it's a chance.
And how has Elliot Willis let that in? I cannot believe that is a goal. That's a really poor effort from Elliot Willis, beaten at his near post. He didn't get a great deal of help from his defenders, but he simply cannot be beaten there. Elliot Willis at the moment, our starting goalkeeper for next season, but that might change, because when we're trying desperately to keep a clean sheet, we cannot be allowing goals like that to beat us at our near post.
Now, goal news to bring you from one of the other games. Here's Alex Gold with the
It's a
details.
tame effort that initially I thought had hit the side netting. When I saw the net ripple, I assumed he put it into the side netting. Aidan Hutton close to putting Redmont Rangers ahead again with a fantastic header from the corner. Let's try out these set piece tactics. I keep meaning to do this, but I never actually get around to it.
Can he deliver it with accuracy?
It didn't seem to help us out there, particularly.
Rangers have the ball once more.
Try again though from another corner. We'll try a near post run this time. Redmont Rangers fans really getting behind their team, but undoubtedly really frustrated to see yet another goal conceded at home. Try run to the near post this time from Eli Just.
Who's going to get
And Burgess is there to meet it. The goalkeeper gets down well and quickly though.
all the way?
Sam Ford that goes up for that one. Can't win it as cleanly as Brandon Anderson has been doing so far today. So this run of 5 consecutive clean sheets is going to have to extend beyond the Gillingham game to the Notts County game now. We can still get 5 consecutive clean sheets at home. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult to do so now. Poor positioning from Putton that allows the Wimbledon players through, and an extra pass there would have undone us. Luckily for us, they go wide instead, and it allows Burgess to come away with the ball after Rhys Bevan's interception. Eli Just is in more space than Jake Dale, and a fantastic ball from Noah Burgess finds him. Sam Ford's in some space on the edge of the box, but Burgess goes himself. Decent effort, to be fair. Dalton just finds Sam Ford, but almost gives the ball away. Hutton with a fantastic ball out to Bevan. He gave the ball away from those kinds of situations a lot early in the season. Jake Dale in space in the area, but a very good block from the Wimbledon defender. Rhys Bevan tries a speculative effort, but it's blocked inside the 6-yard box. And Redmont Rangers go into the half-time break level with Wimbledon. A really positive start to the game. And a goal from Eli Just, I believe it was. I just saw a picture of a blonde guy on the match events there. This guy Bass, he was down as our scorer for some reason. Another little glitch there, but nothing to be too concerned about. No changes to make at half time, I wouldn't say. We have had the better of that first half. As the match facts clearly show, 61% possession, 12 shots on goal, and almost double the amount of passes attempted than Wimbledon. There he is, 9th minute. Apparently, oh, actually that must be the Wimbledon goalkeeper thinking about it. So that must have gone down as an own goal, so not Eli Just. Oh my days, and Brandon Anderson has nicked the ball away and is clean through on goal. Bit of composure puts us 2-1 up, and composure is the last thing that Brandon Anderson had in that situation. Absolutely skies it over. And the opportunity goes as quickly as it came. Yeah, so their goalkeeper is Bass. It must have gone down as an own goal rather than being credited to Eli Just, which seems pretty harsh. Eli Just finds himself in some space. Not too much going on in the penalty area currently. Tried to just cut it back onto his left foot and lay it off to Jake Dale, but crucial intervention from the Wimbledon player there. 3 saves from Alec Bass so far. He has played decently, even though he has been credited with that own goal. We'll try and crowd him in the 6-yard box on this particular corner though. And Brandon Anderson can have another attempt to put Redmont Rangers back in front. A better attempt this time. That's another strong save from the Wimbledon goalkeeper.
Well, that's how to beat your opponent.
Jake Dale's going to try one from the edge of the box. Not quite enough power on it to test the goalkeeper too much. And that's a poor touch from Stanley. And Wimbledon are pressing for the lead as much, if not more so, than we are. A little bit more end-to-end now, the game. It's opened up a little at the start of the second half. And it's another fantastic save from Alex Bass. Really keeping his side in it now. Yet another corner for Redmont Rangers though. Really, whatever happens in this game, I will be disappointed.
Who's going to get on the end of it?
Because we haven't managed to keep that clean sheet. Even if we lose.
Real chance. Well, the keeper has
Another save from the goalkeeper. Even if we lose, I'm going to be more disappointed that we didn't keep a clean sheet than didn't win.
still not clear. Now the quick counter-attack could be on.
A win obviously would be nice because we are still trying to win the league
Changing hands.
ahead of Wrexham. But with that manager rating on orange, I'm just as concerned
Into the penalty.
by the board's happiness, and what a save it is on that occasion from Bass. And again, two saves from Jake Dale headers in quick succession there. The first probably more impressive than the second, but to be in a position to react and not only make that second save but to hold on to the ball as well. Really impressive display from the Wimbledon goalkeeper.
McLean.
I'll be very interested to see what our XG is after this game.
That's great work to make sure it didn't go over the line.
We have had several very good opportunities
Making it absolutely superb.
that the Wimbledon goalkeeper has managed to keep out. Many of them fall into Jake Dale.
Plenty of forward momentum here. But can
Stanley makes the intervention and will try and fashion one more chance
bodies forward and the run.
on this counter-attack. Eli Just should have the pace to beat their fullback,
They use it to their advantage.
but he doesn't just save shots.
And ultimately deliver
He
them.
comes out and sweeps up any long balls that are slightly overhit as well. A sweeper keeper as well as a shot stopper.
Teammates
Lovely touch from Burgess. Gets it back onto his right foot and he'll travel into the penalty area, and the goalkeeper was never stopping that one. A fantastic goal from Noah Burgess. Gets Redmont Rangers back in the lead. Lovely little touch to flick the ball over the head of the Wimbledon defender, and looked for a minute as if he was going to muscle Noah Burgess off the ball. But he manages to keep hold of it, cuts into the penalty area and unleashes a shot with his right foot across the goalkeeper. Right in the bottom corner. And despite Alex Bass's best efforts,
to narrow two
Wimbledon find themselves 2-1 down.
and little. Reeves. Made it look
We'll make a couple of changes now that we've hit the hour mark. We're going to bring Jake Dale off for Samson Tavide, and we're going to bring Lancaster on the right. I'm also going to bring Jamie Ford on for Sam Ford. So 3 changes there. I want to get Samson Tavide as much game time as we can between now and the end of the season. Jake Dale is obviously the #1 striker. He's the top goal scorer in the league. He is one of our best players.
couldn't keep it.
But we want to take the opportunity to play Samson Tavide when we can, so that we could get him developing as quickly as possible. Ryan Lancaster's all on his own. It doesn't seem to matter though, and he makes it 3-1 within seconds of coming onto the pitch. Another goal the goalkeeper could do very little about, but you have to wonder if the defence could have done a little better there.
This is counter-attacking football. and-
Lancaster again just cutting inside. Lifts it over the top of the out-rushing Wimbledon goalkeeper this time. Didn't quite have time to get himself set either. And a really nice finish from Ryan Lancaster. Puts Redmont Rangers 3-1 up now. They make a change of their own, but
The action continues.
based on the way the game has been going,
3-1 as things stand.
it seems as if the game is, by now, probably already out of their reach. 25 minutes left. I mean, it's still time to mount a comeback, but having created so few chances already, or so far in this game, You don't really fancy them to create one towards the end of the game. If anything, it looks as if we might extend our lead even further. And Ryan Lancaster almost does just that. Another fantastic point-blank reflex save from Alex Bass. Samson Tavide's got to be careful. I think he's probably going to be on a yellow card when the game stops. And it looks like he's committed another foul just there, so doesn't want to get 2 yellow cards at the same time.
Anderson. Bevan.
Jamie Ford can find a bit of space here. He might unleash at goal. He does, but straight at the goalkeeper. Comfortable save this time for Bass. And yet again, Brandon Anderson wins the header. He's won absolutely everything that's come his way. Ooh, Jamie Ford making a run towards the edge of the box. Hoping Eli Just can find him so he can have another effort at goal. Cut out by the Wimbledon defender though.
Possession lost there.
Samson Tavide sets Joseph Dalton away on the right here.
Rangers exploiting the space on the wing.
Dalton will cross trying to find Tavide, but he overhits it. Eli Just will clean it up at the back post, and that's a terrible challenge from the Wimbledon player. I imagine it's just going to be a yellow. The player has already received a yellow in this game, though. I don't believe it's this guy, and it's actually a straight red. Very surprised by that. It was a poor... Actually, the challenge probably looks worse on second viewing than it did on the first. He's dived in and gone straight through the back of... I believe that was Eli Just. So, not a very good challenge, and Wimbledon's day goes from bad to worse. Find themselves 3-1 down, and they go down to 10 men. It's been such a dominant game, it's even more of a shame that we've been unable to keep a clean sheet.
Into the centre, a bit short with the clearance.
Zach Francis does well to win it. Ryan Lancaster will turn and strike.
Well, they can keep possession of it now.
I feel like I've said it numerous times in recent episodes, but these are games we really should be keeping clean sheets in, and the fact that we can't is not just a real disappointment, but fairly concerning. We've scored so many goals this season that it hasn't ended up mattering. And we are still extremely likely to not only go up to League One, but to go up automatically. But in the league above, potentially we're not going to be able to get away with these same kind of mistakes. And we're probably going to be punished a lot more often. Not just by conceding, but by losing games as well and coming away without results. Right now we are getting results despite the fact that we can't keep a clean sheet. Unlikely to happen in League One. So really going to have to look at tightening things up if we are planning to not just get promoted, but to go up again next season. We want to be in the Championship as quickly as possible, really.
Prospering today. Stuart, interested to get your take.
Well, they've controlled most of the game, haven't they? Their 1- and 2-touch passing has been sharp, the movement's been right, and they've scored some good goals. They just need to keep their concentration through to the final whistle.
Make a last change whenever the ball goes out of play. And that will be here.
A challenge like that, it has to be spot on. What does the referee think of it? And the referee does say...
And it's another red card
Well, no complaints really.
for Wimbledon.
Organised now and quickly.
The first I could agree with, really. The first I thought was a yellow card on first glance. but changed my mind when I saw it again. This one does just seem like a yellow card. I think Wimbledon should consider themselves unfortunate, really, to find themselves down to 9 men.
It needs an accurate cross.
Can we find Tavide for a goal? We can't. Flashes across the 6-yard box. He'll have a go this time though, just a first time effort with his left foot. And it was a decent one, but the goalkeeper was a match for it.
Francis. Forward.
Lots of space for us now
Dalton. Could play it
with
in.
the 2 extra men. Goalkeeper comes out to claim, looking for Tavide again. Finds himself in some good positions, Tavide.
That's common sense refereeing to
And he'll
play
drive towards goal this time. Beats one player. Can't beat a second, unfortunately.
end product.
Just trying to cut the ball back onto his left foot there. If we had a bit more confidence in his right foot, we probably could have gone outside, which was likely the best option just based on the positioning of each of the players there. But trying to cut it back onto his left so he can have a strike at goal. He will this time. Anderson, incredible save from the goalkeeper. Not just a man of the match performance, but one of the performances of the season probably from Alex Bass. He's been absolutely incredible.
Corner kick played in. Doing everything possible to keep possession. Now the quick counter-attack could be on.
We'll try and beat him one last time though before time expires.
Chance to cross.
And Lancaster, I was about to say we'll have a go at doing just that, but unable to create enough space to get the shot away.
Evans. The challenge of
Really good defender from Dalton. Just stood him up, just wasn't about to lunge in or commit himself to a challenge.